having a conversation this morning with a dear friend about having room for improvement in my personal life. And I can tell you this, whether it's mini bikes or your hobby, whatever it is you're passionate for, there's always room for improvement. And we were recently asked to do something that was going to stretch me and going to cause us to improve our game. Welcome to Mini Bike Minute. A good friend of mine, Dave the Wave in California, we've had the privilege to build several bikes for him. He's got a world-class collection. And recently he asked me if I would do some things that I was personally uncomfortable with, because I do like the classics. I like getting right into, as much as I know what's OEM, which is challenging, as much as I know, we like to go that direction. I learn all the time. We always want to take our learning, take our knowledge, and we want to take that knowledge and do that application just the way Honda would have done it. And but this was a request that, speaking of improvement, that took our game to a new level. Dave the Wave said, hey, I'd like for you to build a very, very nice high-end bike for me, which I've always built for him. But I want to do some things that are a little bit unique, things that we haven't done before. I want to add some chrome. I want to not make this bike anything more than original, with exception of the chrome. So what we did, and you guys have heard me talk about triple chrome quite a bit, we took some OEM parts right off of the Survivor bike, this bike here, and we sent them out for triple chrome. And we've also added a couple of pieces that some suppliers provide to the market that look like OEM, but they're not. Very, very close. Close enough that they passed our inspection and our clients. That's what's important. There may be people that look at the video and say, oh, that's not right, or that's not right. But I can tell you this, it's as right as I can make it. It's as right as I know to make it. And at the end of the day, we want to do what makes our client happy. And a lot of these I build for myself. But this is a bike we built for Dave the Wave. As you can see, we put 3 miles on this bike, getting the motor tuned in and getting it right. But you can also notice very quickly, the side covers on the motor have been chromed. A lot of the material around this bike, nuts, bolts, things along those lines, we purchased a couple of those things aftermarket because it was just simpler to do and less money, frankly. And it looks OEM, it works perfectly. This is a bike also that he chose to have the wheels chromed on, and so we did that. Having the brakes done in chrome, all of the parts done in chrome, was also nuance for us here. This is a 1970. It was born in January of 1970, so it was just after the early silver tags, and so that makes this bike a January 70 build. Sticker is kind of cool. Makes this bike awful unique. It's going to be leaving here in a few minutes to go to its new owner. But I wanted to give everybody a look at something that I was challenged to do. Didn't know if I was going to like it. In fact, I didn't think I was going to like it. And I got to tell you, I love it. We're going to do another one. I think I have to now, because this thing is beautiful. Several people have come into the shop and seen it and said that thing ought to be up on your table instead of your pedal cars. But I really, and you know what, I couldn't agree with them more. But this is something I think that will bless everybody that looks at it with a great amount of joy. And we haven't exited the OEM on this bike substantially, with exception of some of the beauty that you see that we've done in chrome, as I mentioned. You know, sometimes I think we want to improve individually, but every single one of our vendors seem to be on the same track that we are. We all want to get better at what we're doing. I'm so proud of my painter. I talk about him a lot, but he gets Candy Ruby right. You know another color he gets right? Candy Riviera Blue. That's a tough one. Most people don't get it right. I had a world-class painter couldn't get it right before I had Brad in. I got to say this about that. Candy Yellow is a tough one too. Candy Special Yellow. So we'll be getting into some of that. We'll be getting into the K1s, back into the K1s again. I got Survivor over here that's going to a great guy out on the Cape that's one of the best in the country. And I've got one that we just now restored. So we'll be looking at this restored K1, and we'll be looking at a restored K1 that's a Candy Special Yellow. We're building it right now. You see a lot of rough ones online. You see a lot of survivors online that have just been beat up from the feet up. But this is one right here that you can look at as a great example of a K1 that's been done correctly. K1's a great year. It's 1 year only. They didn't do several years of the K1 body like they did the K0s. And there's only 2 colors, Candy Yellow Special, the Candy Special Yellow right there, and Candy Ruby Red. Both of these are the 3-speed because they've got the blue decal. You can see that very clearly. Front and rear brakes instead of a clutch. And then the HK1, we've done several episodes on the HK1. We're building new HK1s. We're building a Candy Special Yellow K1 3-speed. So you're going to get to see both. I got to say one thing at the end. My personal conversation with my friend was about my own journey and growing in my relationship with Jesus Christ. It is a journey. There's not a good man in heaven, but there's a good Savior. I hope you know Him. I hope you've accepted Him in your life. Thanks for coming today. It's been another great episode of Mini Bike Minute. Check us out at classicminibikes.com. Most of the pictures are not updated, but you can see some inventory there. God bless you.